Well, the Bears will be home to Caleb Williams, was formerly the home to Justin Fields. But now that so many teams are on the clock, draft a few hours away. 32 teams have pressure in the next few days. No more pressure, none bigger than tonight, that is. So, Joy, which team is under the most pressure in this draft?
This is a couple. This was actually a tough choice, but I think I'm going with the Patriots. They're entering a new era. They're going to take a quarterback. And if they have any hope of being relevant in that division, they got to get it right, and they got to get it right quickly. There might be a little, light at the end of the tunnel over next year, depending on how things shift, but what do they have? What have they done over the last 2 years? I mean, Bill left them down and out, and this is their opportunity to rebuild and rebrand as an organization. Your Belichick is not there anymore. Brady is not there anymore. You're entering into the new era of your organization. What are you going to build? What are you going to do? What direction are you going to go in? What is it going to look like? What is your strategy for this? So I think the Patriots might be a team that we're not talking about. Even when we talk about the division, who's going to win it? It's the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets. We're not even mentioning the Patriots. I do think that this offseason and this draft is going to be really important for them for their future.
James, I'm coming to you with this one, big dog. I'm saying the Raiders.
What you mean about the Raiders now, man?
I think of all the new coaches, I think Antonio Pierce has the shortest leash. I think he has the shortest leash because he has the least NFL coaching experience, number one. I think, obviously, we've seen what the Raiders have done at head coach over the last 4 years, 5 years, whether you want to talk about the Grunes. And then after the Grunes, you have Bisaccia, but then he takes them to a winning season to the playoffs, then they get rid of him. Then you hire McDaniels, then you get rid of him, then you hire Pierce. So it's been a roller coaster there. But then beyond that, the draft will bring a lot of tension. And when I think about the tension the draft will bring, you got Telesco, he's a GM.
Yeah.
You got Pierce, he's a head coach. Yeah. But you need a quarterback.
Yeah.
If Telesco wants a quarterback that Pierce don't want, now you got tension imminently, and don't let you swing and miss because our quarterback room is currently Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. So, to me, the most pressure on this draft falls with the Raiders because if Pierce does not get his quarterback right, if they don't get the draft right, dude's going to be on the hot seat by week 12 of his first year coaching.
No, well, yeah, that'd take one good. No, that's a good one. I'm still hoping they don't take a quarterback, to be honest with you. I'm hoping the Raiders take a big-time defensive player, build up that defense. Wow. We've had a solid quarterback in Derek Carr, and this defense be terrible for years, and it has not got you any wins. Build up that defense, let Gardner Minshew go out there and play, get the guy you want in free agency or the draft next year, right? But at least let Antonio Pierce coach his side of the ball with some big-time talent. But mine goes to a really good coach in y'all's eyes, and that is...
In your eyes? Oh, I know this
You
is
don't think he's a good
Who?
Sean.
Who are you about to say?
Who that ain't gonna beat them Saints?
Sean Payton. No, I believe he's a really good coach. But the spotlight's on you, man. You go up to the podium every single time, you booted Russell Wilson out of there. Well, you sitting in the quarterback room right now with Zach Wilson, Jared Stidham. You got to draft a quarterback, which means you got to trade some of these picks you got to go up and draft a quarterback. You can't miss. Because if you miss on this quarterback, this organization is going to be set back for a very, very, very long time. And another thing, if you draft a quarterback and you the quarterback whisperer, if Zach Wilson or Jared Stidham tried out there that first game, we already know what type of quarterback you got. Because he should walk into the building being the starter with what's in that quarterback room. The spotlight is on the Denver Broncos. He has to get it right, and he has to hit on the quarterback, whatever quarterback he takes, because you got to trade up to go get him.
2-5.
I'm going to the Big Apple. The Big Apple. The Giants. What are we going to do? I just watched you guys ship off your best player, not on offense and defense, your team, Saquon Barkley, send him to your rival with the Eagles, which we love, thank you. Okay, and then you keep Daniel Jones. Bro, what we doing? Because whoever is going to be there, it's like, okay, are we trying to win? What are we doing? When you tell me we will keep our quarterback Daniel Jones for the future, are we going to win like that? No. So if you want this team to believe, because they have a great coach. Brian Daboll is a phenomenal coach, right? And I think it's time for him to get his type of quarterback. He was so good that Daniel Jones, as bad as he's been and awful he's been all these years, he took him to the playoffs under Brian Daboll. But it's only so much he can do with him until he gets his type of quarterback. So my thing is, go in the draft, get you a quarterback. I don't know how you're going to do it. You might have to move up a little bit, but you got to do something. Because you can't draft nobody from Duke. to run your offense. We can't do that. So, Dayball, you know you my guy. I'm rooting for you. Make it happen, bro. Because football is a lot better when the Cowboys are good, when the Eagles are good,
Packers,
and the Giants are good.
And the Pack.
Just y'all's favorite team. James, do you trust Peyton to get it right at this point? Do you trust Peyton to get it right?
No, I don't. Because I don't trust his plan now at the quarterback spot. You got Zach Wilson and Jared Stidham at the quarterback spot. You used a pick to trade for Zach Wilson. So I don't know if you sitting up there thinking that you could get the best out of it. You traded for him. Now you're going to have to use some more picks to trade up to really get the guy you want at the quarterback spot. You had Drew Brees for 20-plus years, whatever it was, and you won one championship, and everybody praising you like that. That's what I seen.
See,
what?
I hate when you do this.
What is it?
You speak like that, but then when we talk about Aaron Rodgers, you don't even say nothing about that.
What you mean?
He played 20 years, got one championship too.
We're not talking about Coach Mike. We're talking about Sean Payton right now.
He is so
We're talking about Sean Payton, who you guys, because y'all give my man Coach Mike a hard time.
He one of them dudes, though. He one of them guys, bro. Let's say we not cool like that, and I'm rolling with him, you my boy, Shady Snap,
You know what I'm saying?
I leave, I go to cafeteria, y'all in the study hall, I'll show that boy shit.
All I'm saying is y'all praise Drew Brees and y'all praise Sean Payton way more than you praise Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. Yes. Drew Brees gets no smoke.
I can't get. No, okay, that's true. But
Neither does Sean.
I cannot give you Aaron Rodgers. I can give you McCarthy. I think McCarthy gets way more criticism than
Aaron gets all the smoke, Joy. 4 MVPs in a Super Bowl ain't good enough for Aaron. He gets all the smoke.
That's because he gets so much praise.
All I know is
achievements do not match the amount of praise that he gets.
All I know is Drew Brees finna have a gold jacket just like Aaron. And he don't get the smoke Aaron Rodgers gets.
Okay,
Sean Payton
don't get the praise either, though.
You're trying to even the smoke out.
He get a lot of praise. I ain't trying to even no smoke out. I'm just saying.
Because you think that Sean Payton is a good coach.
I do think he's a good coach, and I think Coach Mike is a good coach, but a lot of people...
I agree with you.
Yeah, but...
What pick they got?
Broncos are picking at 15, I believe.
13 or something. I don't know.
I mean, 13. What you gonna do 13 like
That's
that?
what I'm saying. You have to trade
12.
picks up.
I think it's 12.
You got to trade up, and you have to make sure this is your quarterback. That's why I believe this is huge for them, and I'm not a believer in this plan.
Well, I picked the Giants because I do think that today, not career, this today, I think Brian Daboll is a better coach right now. Sean Payton.
Oh.
Sean Payton was on. He's on
more pressure.
Right. Sean Payton was on TV. He's getting back into it. I think he's a phenomenal coach. I think he's gonna get better this year. But I seen Brian Daboll come right up in the mix, right, and get it popping with Josh Allen. I was like, oh my God, I knew Josh was good. I knew he's that good, right? Then he goes to the Giants with an awful quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones. He gets it popping with him. They win games on the playoffs. So honestly, if he has the right quarterback, they can really do some big things because now the defense. They got some real defensive players over there. They just brought in Burns.
Yep.
You got Dexter Lawrence over there. And they got some moves. We're going to see, though.
Are you expecting the Giants to make any noise this year, though? Because even if you do get a quarterback, say they get Penix, say they get Odunze, say they get Neighbors, I still feel like...
I think that next year, though. I think not this year. That next year, I think they'll be solid, where they can compete. Because we watched them compete. Daboll's first year, I was so surprised. Like, bro, there's no way. By the 5th game, I said he needs Coach of the Year.
Hold on, no. You said Neighbors.
Yeah, if they can get Neighbors.
Oh, no. If they don't take a quarterback, I expect them to compete this year, because that's crazy.
No, you said I snuck that Neighbors.
Oh, no. If they don't take a quarterback, they got to compete this year.
I didn't even know. I was thinking, like, that would be an awful move.
But if they do, you would expect them to compete this year, because you're sticking with what you have like that, and the expectation is at least that you should win a playoff game. So if you're not taking a quarterback, then you should compete this year. If you take a rookie quarterback, anybody who has a rookie quarterback, I don't expect for them to be competing in the postseason this year. It doesn't mean that they can't, but I don't expect them to.
I'm sorry, I can see why they could, though. I mean, because, what is Daniel Jones is he a vet? He might be vet because of his years. I mean, but... He ain't like no vet on the field like that.
What do you mean?
I don't think he's that good. So I think I take him, Daniel Jones, right? 2 touchdowns in 6 games last year, right? And you take a rookie. I mean, what's the difference?
I just think.
But because he's not being paid as a rookie.
What I'm saying is, I watched Daboll take Daniel Jones and elevate his game, right? Which I thought Daniel Jones is the most average player we've seen in years. Why can't a rookie do that?
You can.
So that's what I'm saying.
I think the mistake in my mind would be drafting a quarterback at 6.
For real?
I think that would be a mistake.
What if you move up a little bit?
If you move up to four, maybe,
three, four?
or three. Probably three.
Three would be great.
Three. Because I think
They ain't taking
Drake May. I think there's a sizable gap in my mind between Drake and like J.J. McCarthy. And so if you take Michael Penix at 6 is such a reach. I love Penix. I think it's the biggest risk. He tore his ACL twice, family. And in between tearing his ACL twice, he broke his clavicle. Then after breaking his clavicle, he had a AC joint. So he's torn his ACL on the same knee twice. We all know about ACLs. If you tear your ACL, you're more likely to tear your ACL again. On top of that, you got a clavicle. On top of a clavicle, you got an AC joint. So to take Penix at 6 would be the risk of all risks. When you already overdrafted on Daniel Jones, I think it would be a mistake to take Penix at 6. Take Penix, just not at 6.
They're not going to get to 3.
I agree with that.
So they're not going to get to 3, so that's not on the table because Washington and New England are not going to move. So they're going to get whoever's available at best at 4.
Yeah, and there's no point.
At best at 4.
And there's no point.
So what is the plan if they don't take a quarterback for this year?
I would. Yeah, you.
Drew Lock.
It's not Drew Lock, sir. It's Daniel Jones.
But I'm just saying, if Daniel Jones,
if he's bad,
both of them.
Yes,
if he's bad, he's coming off of injury. It's Drew Lock.
This is a brisk corner.
Because that's what the Seahawks rolled out there last year, and we were cool with it when they rolled out with Geno and Drew Lock. And Drew Lock and Geno was a quarterback competition prior to the Geno.
I'm a bad man, and as the gambling world would say, the gambling gods, if there's anything called gambling gods.
I'm saying receiver.
No. Great risk brings you great
reward.
Hey, man, it's the Big Apple. What we talking about? Right? You go get you a little flashy wide receiver and go out with Daniel Jones and just, pray every second of the game, or go out there and get you a quarterback, man. Go ahead, look. Give some pieces up, right, and move up maybe 2-3 slots. Get you a quarterback that you might like. But you got the quarterback whisperer in your back pocket, Brian Daboll, who's like that.
Shady, I just guarantee quarterback that you want though.
Hey man,
is that a quarterback you put 250 bands on and you could possibly lose that?
You're doing it again. Listen. If we look at all the drafts, though, see, that's what I hate when people do, though, right? It's like now the draft happens, you can say what you want. But in the midst of the draft, Baker Mayfield's year. Baker went first, which was wild and crazy. The dude from Arizona, what's his name?
Josh Rosen.
Yeah, him. Was the third one. Because Josh went
somebody was before Josh Rosen.
Darnold.
Yes.
Darnold was.
Andy, help me with that,
But look, Josh was like Josh is the best quarterback in that whole draft.
Yeah.
And he went
Lamar
fourth.
went 20-something.
Yeah, and then Lamar went 20. Yeah. So my thing is, we say all these things, oh, man, is there a guy that you would put $250,000 on and all that bull crap? But the truth is, every coach has a guy that they want. The Bills, Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott, I remember we talked about this. They said, yo, we want this kid, Josh Allen from Wyoming.
Yeah.
I said, wait, where's Wyoming? Like, they play football there, right? He's like, yes, we need him. All these other dudes that they talked about, they didn't want them. They knew the guy they wanted, and it worked out. So my thing is, when you saying who would they pick, you don't know who they got their eyes on.
That guy they want.
And it fits their scheme, so I'm with that.
But you're right, Shady, but there's also the chess of it all. And the chess of it all is, if I know that I want this quarterback, and I want this quarterback, or want this running back, want whoever, and I know I want him, but I know don't nobody else want him that early.
You think?
Of course.
Okay.
But, like, there have been players where you know you want, but you're not going to draft him that early because I know I can get him a little bit later. Yeah. And so, like, same thing with Baltimore Ravens. They didn't take Lamar Jackson with their first overall pick. They took Hayden Hurst with their first overall pick. Then they said, okay, Lamar, you're still here. Nobody else values you. We're going to trade up and we're going to get you.
That's like and that worked out for them. I would say luckily, considering how good Lamar Jackson turned out to be. I don't know if we can get the draft order up again. I don't think that the Giants can afford to play that game.
I don't think so either.
Like, how many teams up there need or could possibly take a quarterback?
But that's my only thing. Like, I don't know if the Giants is sitting in there saying we need one.
I agree.
I truly don't. Man, I think their plan is going in there. If Daniel Jones is healthy and he can go, we are going to give him one more year.
But they don't like him. They don't like him.
And that's why they signed Drew Lock.
Around the draft time with Patrick Mahomes, because I know you're a college guy and you know all that. He wasn't looked at as Patrick Mahomes is today, right?
No, not at all.
It's so crazy.
Not at all.
The Bills, this is what I'm saying. I keep speaking on this. I won't even say the GM's name because that's my guy. But the GM before Brandon Beane got there, the owner said, I want Patrick Mahomes, right? The owner wanted him.
Buffalo Bills on
Buffalo Bill. They want him, right? They said, we got to get this dude. We knew it. He didn't get him. They fired the GM. Fired him. And look at Patrick Mahomes is. So all I said to say is like, yo, you know who your dudes are. And it may not be, Drake May might not be this great dude right now, right? North Carolina might not be that. Penix, you keep saying got all his injuries.
Yeah.
He might not be that today. But if they have a plan for him and a scheme for him, he can be that next dude. All I'm saying is, yo, don't pass up on somebody now for somebody later. Oh, that should be a line. Darren, now put that on there. Don't pass up your future.
Yeah.
For a temporary moment for today. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Stand up.
Go ahead, one more time.
Don't let your future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
you're looking for temporary love
Yes, sir.
today.
Yes, sir.
Around here.
Yes, sir.
Can I get an amen?
One more time. One more time.
Set the break.
One more time. No, one more time. One more time.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.